Real Madrid is in crisis after the recent performances, but we have a team that has been going under the radar, and that is Man City. The club from Manchester is currently going through moments that could be the toughest time under Pep. It is now Erling Haaland's third season in England, and he has already started very strong. Unfortunately, when everything looked to go so smoothly, Manchester City lost two of their best players. Indeed, Kevin De Bruyne picked an injury earlier in the season. This could be the biggest blow to Man City this season. Historically, Kevin has been the creative genius of the team. His passing skills and ability to break defensive lines were an amazing asset for players like Haaland. Man City was in the same situation last year and had to rely on Phil Foden and Rodri to stay afloat until the return of their maestro. This time it could be harder because Rodri also picked up an injury and is now done for the season. Many people just discovered the Spanish midfielder after the controversial Ballon d'Or ceremony. However, he has been a key player under Pep, and many speculate that the team would not perform without him. This is very likely because last season, Man City had the longest unbeaten run with Rodri on the field. They went more than 40 games without losing a game when Rodri was in the starting lineup, just to show how impactful he's been for his club's success. Now Man City has to recreate itself to be able to keep up with the intense competition in the Premier League. The addition of the young Brazilian Savio and the return of Gundogan have been vital but not enough. Man City midfield is now weakened by the absence of Rodri and Kevin. On top of that, Stone and Walker, who are the defensive leaders in the team, are also injured. Known to be a strategist, Pep has to face one of his biggest challenges in Man City yet. While changes were made, the results did not follow. On the other hand, Man City has been getting worse and worse. The sign of weakness started against Tottenham in the EFL Cup. Pep decided to rest some key players like Haaland and Silva. Although very competitive, the game ended with Tottenham winning 2-1. The next game was in the Premier League against Bournemouth. When we all thought that Man City would bounce back after the loss over the weekend, it was not the case. We saw a poor performance from the team in a match that they were expected to win. On top of that, Haaland was not decisive at all and seemed to be feeling more and more the absence of Kevin. The only goal from Man City came in the 82nd minute. The Premier League is a tough league, and we saw the strongest teams drop points, so no one really worried about the loss against Bournemouth. On the other hand, when it comes to the Champions League, Man City is one of the favorites to win the competition, so pundits and fans expect them to perform in every game. It was time for Pep's men to face the underrated Portuguese team, Sporting FC. Man City started strong by scoring in the first minute. What seemed to be a good start slowly became a delusion as Sporting tied the game in the 36th minute and then scored two more goals at the 46th and 49th minutes. And just like that, Man City was now down 2 goals. Sporting FC continued to push and prevent the men from Manchester to get any momentum. The striker, Victor Gyökeres, finally scored the 4th goal for Sporting in the 80th minute. It was a total humiliation for Haaland and his teammates. They could not keep up with the opposition, and now it seems that they're heading toward a crisis as their close rivals, Liverpool, beat Bayer Leverkusen 4-0 and are now ahead in the Premier League. Where will Man City go from there? Pep, who has hinted multiple times that he could leave Man City soon, could be seeing the end of his accelerated era with an aging Kevin, Silva, and Rodri. For this season, he needs to find a way to create a cohesion in the midfield once more. Although Haaland is a force of nature, he relies heavily on a creative midfield that can provide him with assists. One player that Man City will need once more is Phil Foden. He needs to take more responsibilities and bounce back from the poor Euro he had. On top of that, Gundogan needs to recreate himself in the absence of Kevin. He has the ability to link the defense and attack beautifully, and this ability will be needed to increase the firepower of Man City. Do you think that this series of 3 losses is a predictor of Man City's decline, or will they bounce back with Haaland scoring even more goals? Let us know in the comments section.